content for the day. So I wanted to use this live stream as an opportunity to still get some content done and tell you about something interesting that happened today where I had an opportunity to speak with not only a Canadian podcast, but a black owned, black hosted Canadian podcast. And the things that I heard today were really, really interesting because I think that some of y'all already know there was I put out a few questions, right? I put out a few questions in terms of I wondered how everybody, not just the OVOers, not just the Drake fans that we heard on the internet felt about how things are transpiring, but I wanted to know how real citizens felt like that, right? Folks from different sides. Chelsea, sir, I'm supposed to be trying to sleep. You ain't trying to sleep. You ain't trying to sleep. Stop all that. You here because you want to be here. Anybody pulling your arm? I know when it's sleep for me, I know how to go like this and go sleep. You want to be here. It's okay, Chelsea. We miss you too. Yes, Furry B, I'm live. I'm live. Misunderstood. Oni. Okay, that's a yes. Double tap the screen on it. I appreciate you doing that. What's up, Karma Sean? How you doing? Miss Bynum, how you doing? Teresa. Yeah, the fuck? Says Anthony. Yeah, I'm gonna explain it right now. So after I made that video, okay, damn, call me out by name. I mean, you put the message out there first. Hold on, wait a minute. They're gonna put some respect on my name. Hold on. All week long I've been trolled, and they said take that hat off. They said take that hat off. Okay, here you go. You gotta reveal. The hat's going back on though. Anyways, did I talk to Friday? No, the hell I ain't talk to Friday. I ain't talked to Friday on Friday. I ain't talked to nobody on Saturday, on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. No, I ain't talked to nobody because I'm so disappointed. And he reached out to me too. He reached out to me via DM like we finna have a private conversation after you had a public crash out. We ain't got nothing to talk about, sir. We have nothing to talk about privately because I know how words can get misconstrued. And the truth of the matter is, I don't know you. I don't know none of these people. So the same way you was loud in public, we gonna be loud in public about everything. And nothing he said on, like I pinned his comment. You got your opportunity to get your stuff off, but we just need to make sure that energy that you put out into the air is consistent because I don't know where it came from. And I don't want to rehash that, but I'm telling you right now, it's head scratching. For those that don't have any context, we did a video about a Canadian host of an outlet called We Love Hip Hop, somebody that a lot of people, love and revere in Canada for how he represents Canada, right? Canada hip hop. He's like their outlet. I don't know who he's the equivalent of in the States, but he's somebody that a lot of people have respect for, right? Including Justin. And Justin brought him on to be an opposing voice that, kind of defended the OVOers because Justin cares about balanced media, not unbiased, because unbiased doesn't exist. He cares about balanced conversations. More so than the people who are demanding balanced conversations, but really all they mean is, I need you to agree with me. He was brought on as a guest, and I'm speaking for myself. Justin can speak for himself. This is not what this is. I'm speaking from just Curtis King perspective. The first few episodes that we did, a lot of people did not like. A lot of people did not like his perspective on things. The first few times that he came on there was a lot of people who felt like it was over the top. Right? Your support of Drake is your support of Drake, but they felt like, did you dead ass clickbait me? No, I didn't. When have you ever known me to clickbait you when I didn't give you exactly what I told you I was talking about? Just listen. Hear me out. The first few episodes he did of Culture United, he brought a different perspective, right? He gave us a Canadian perspective that we don't always get the perspective of because Drake don't talk, OVO don't talk. They've been really quiet since this whole battle popped off. Rightfully so, right? And I remember people in the chat just questioning, like, why is he here? They didn't like it. A lot of folks are supremely huge Kendrick fans and didn't want to see any kind of opposing opinions. Get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But I understand where Justin's coming from, because it's almost like, like legacy media, and that you want to bring two different points of views. Anyways, doesn't matter. Every episode, people became progressively more irritated by him. And I remember every episode asking myself, man, there's got to be other opposing views that are Canadian based. I don't know if it's the algorithm, but everybody who's serving me stuff up, content wise, is from the States and very critical of Drake. However, I know that Canada, I know that Toronto, Vancouver has a rich Black culture and history that is not being represented because of the person that's there on the forefront. I didn't know what the origins of that was, but I knew it existed because it exists in different places, right? It's usually the people that don't have a voice or have an opportunity until they have a platform and whatnot. But I kept seeing this echo chamber. Then when Friday had his crash out, I for sure was on that last video like, dog, I know somebody out here sees it. I was like, dog, somebody from Canada reach out to me. Somebody from Canada reach out to me, because I know all of y'all don't feel the same way. I feel like we're too emotional. Our emotional IQ is too high in comparison to the 95, 96 when it was East Coast, West Coast. So when I see people trying to sway the conversation of Not Like Us being a divisive song, mind you, 298 days after it released, 298 days after it released, I said. 298 days after it released. The idea that now they're concluding that it's a divisive song is something fishy with that. Anyways, whatever the talking point was, I said, man, somebody from Canada. Somebody from Canada. It says, unfortunately, Black Caribbean culture has been hijacked in Canada too. Not surprising, Olivia. But I'm a sponge. I want to know about these things. Courtney says, I'm a Black Canadian, huge rap fan, have been for 25 years. I have been watching all your content, and Drake is absolutely in the wrong. It's his spiritual warfare. And I don't care who it is, you're not about to you're not about to have me looking at every Canadian, especially nobody who's Black. You ain't finna have me looking at somebody that look like me differently because of the things of a small group. They're a small group. What's up, HGC? They're a small group, but they're a loud group, right? So that crash out happens. My video happens. He reaches out to me. I don't even hit Friday back because I'm genuinely disappointed. I'm genuinely disappointed. And I'm just looking for somebody who has a different perspective. And just like God always do, he had them come to my DM. It's a platform called, what's up, Mark? It's a platform called Man Them. The Man Them podcast. They are Canadians. They're familiar with Vancouver culture. They're familiar with Toronto culture. And it's a Black-owned podcast. And let me tell you, they used to work with Friday. I said they used to work with Friday. So they invited me on today. I had no idea what to expect. I was in a barber chair when they sent me the message, and I was like, how do I know they're not trying to set me up? Because I don't know nobody from out there. So you know who I call? I call my brother Justin. I say, Justin, man, these dudes reached out, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's somebody who is on some like ambush. Exactly, Mark. Like, Mark, we know better, bro. From where we're from, we know better. We know when somebody trying to mark us out, stomp us out. We know when it's a setup. No, I'm not going in there with you. Who's there? I'm not going with you. So I looked at that situation and I said, okay, well, what can they do online? I can always just log off. It's different online. They said, man, we're fans of what you do, and we actually agree with a lot of your talking points. And even though we're based in Canada, we want to make sure that, you hear a different perspective that may not be always the mainstream perspective. I said, now we're talking. So they invited me on. Got into a StreamYard. It's a pre-recorded conversation. We talked for 2 hours. 2 hours about everything from Canadian culture to West Coast culture to black culture. It's not out yet. It's not out yet, RB Blast. I'm just talking to you, just giving you my thoughts right now because I didn't do my content for the day. I'm doing content every single day. Mark Harris, there's no but. There's no but. There's no but. I promise I'm not delivering that. By the way, could you do me a favor really quick? Just hit the like button, double click the screen. Yeah, so they asked me about politics. It was no defensive actions. And the thing is, I still don't know these gentlemen. I got to know them over 2 hours. For all I know, it could switch up tomorrow. I pray it doesn't, but I think they got really good hearts, right? They asked me every question they could ask me. Oh, you meant for the channel? It's the Mandem Podcast. Matter of fact, I can give you the exact name right here because I think their social media handles is the same on everything. I'm gonna share it on the page. You already know me. You know when it comes to the promo, I'm gonna share it. But they go by the GTV Network. Yeah, there it goes. The GTV Network. I'm gonna go ahead and shout it over here. There you go. That's their channel. I'm about to, like, literally it all happened today. So they hit me up and they told me, they said, man, you know, we used to work for Friday. You know, they didn't badmouth them. They just said that we have a difference of opinion. And I really respect them for reaching out. They talked to Loose Cannon the other day. So why they stopped working with Friday? Why you being messy, Mark? They said creative differences. I said, isn't it always? Isn't it always creative differences? They said creative differences. Okay, I said, okay. None of my business. None of my business. I'm not here to be messy. One of them told me they used to work with 40. Or they used to be an engineer for 40. Or 40 used to engineer for them. They let me know a lot of stuff. They let me know a lot of stuff. I'm going to tell you this. And we are not as far off as what we used to think we were. I used to think like, man, what do we really know what's going on? I have more information than I need. I don't weaponize it. I don't have none of that. I don't need that. All I know is Stang 1892 is a whole asshole. You are a passive aggressive narcissistic whore. That's what I know about that person. Stang 1892. Don't worry about it. They're gone now. We talked about a lot. So get this. Conversation fire. It was fun. I went on there. They didn't. I mean, only thing we agreed on was one of them was like they didn't feel like, they felt like the Super Bowl performance could have been better, but that's none of my business. I'm not worried about that. What I'll say is this. They're coming on the platform next week. They're coming on the platform. I'm going to invite these Canadian podcasters on the platform next week. And you guys are going to be able to ask them any questions that you have about Canadian culture, about their rap scene, their independent rap scene. Chilling with Moni. Cousin, I was big upping you in the last stream. I was like, Grandma don't want me and you hanging out. Cousin, Grandma don't want me and you hanging out. I was reacting to your tweets about Friday, Freaky Dread. I said, Grandma don't want us hanging out. Grandma always be separating us, cousin. Grandma always be separating us. She be like, trouble one and trouble two. I for sure have heard that before. Oh, when we get together, it's gonna be a time. I'm saying, cousin, like, she be like, you over there. You over there. Yeah. All I'm gonna say is one of them during the interview said, he said it on camera too. One of the people that was on that podcast said, so man, let's get to the situation with Monday. I said, who's Monday? He said, oh, that's just the name we got for him because that's the worst day of the week. I felt like that Jack Nicholson gif. Yeah. I felt like that Jack Nicholson gif. Oh, we with that kind of time, huh? Bro, I also LaRussell too. You want to know how? Okay, cousin, I was being Curtis messy. I'm not being messy. I didn't even do nothing. I'm gonna tell you what I was really being messy with. The worst day of the week is Monday. I mean, unless you come in to critique my beats, it's different. Let me tell you what I did do. I said, this would be the perfect time for somebody that's real independent Canadian rapper. This would be a perfect time to diss. I said, you can't, the crown ain't gonna be just given to you. You gotta go take it. Somebody out there gotta go take it. I said, somebody gotta go take it. I said, if LaRussell was a Toronto native right now, he'd take the crown. Because the people can get behind a person like that. I said, if Toronto had a LaRussell equivalent, it says Drake has been gatekeeping the Canadian hip hop scene for 15 years. This is what I'm talking about. He don't want to see other rappers eat unless they pay their dues to the sweatshop. Sage, you know what's crazy about this? They themselves said he won't even support the artists that signed to him. Imagine what he won't do for artists that have been here for years. International instigation. Celine, you could call it that, but that's not what my goal was. It's the truth. It's the truth. It's the truth. Right now, I think there's artists who have been terrified to say anything negative about Drake or OVO because he's connected to a lot of different segments, whether you want to say Hell's Angels, whether you want to say whatever street ties, whatever exists is none of my business. I'm not in that world. I'm a civilian. As artists that I know are nervous about going against him because of the repercussions and also the blackballing that can happen. Now, it's vulnerable. He just canceled his tour. I made an argument to them where I said, every single battle he got into, he took a hit. And I think that two things. One, he took a hit. Just think about this. Even though he beat Meek Mill, what came out in that battle? He has a ghostwriter. Zone fanfic. Why are you hiding Furry? No hide Furry B. That's the homie. Get a little bit too. Wait a minute. Unhide him. Zone fanfic. Please unhide him. Unhide Furry B. You wildin'. Please unhide him. That's the homie. Ghost Writers. Yes. Please unhide him. There he goes. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, the snipers is on it because you know these vertical videos bring a lot of new people. So that's one aspect of it, okay? The Ghost Writers. He still won. The Ghost Writers was a big problem. What was the next battle? Pusha T. He lost that battle. But it wasn't the end of his momentum, right? What was the next blow he got from there? The blackface. The admission of him having a child that he was not claiming or taking care of, allegedly. To me, that's like anybody who's a fan of like Power Rangers or like Transformers, you can only take so many hits to the leg before you lose your balance. Yes, Courtney, this is a live. I know you're not used to this terrible quality compared to my cameras, but I just want to talk. I want to do these more often. Aubrey lost to Joe Budden. You could say that definitely was a hit, but it's like, fam, how many hits can you take before you lose that leg? Then Kendrick came. Them big toes got shot off. He lost his balance. Them arms got shot off. Only thing he had left was his mouth to sue. Guard. Lawyer. Guard. Lawyer. You see what he did to my arms and my legs? I know I told him to come here. And this is the final blow. And the thing is, he put his own nail in his own coffin. The moment he said, "All right, I'm gonna sue my job." Shout out to my dog Prince Angeles. Nigga, how you sue your job and try to show up to work the next day? Think about that for a second. I want you to think about that. I'm whispering to just one person. I want you to think about that. Imagine you sue your job, and everybody at the job know you suing them. It's front line. It's front page news. Everybody at your job looking at you crazy. And you pull up in the parking lot in your same reserve spot and you get out. What's up, Eugene? You get out the car and you see the security guard. And he like, Dre, what are you doing here? Elaine said, I'm gonna try that tomorrow. Don't do that. Hold on. Hear me out. Hear me out. You just tried to sue your job and you put it on the news. TMZ reported how you suing your job. I don't know why they're doing that, but it happened. Then you walk up into there and you use your little lanyard card. And you sit down in your cubicle. Nigga, you sit down in your cubicle. I can't even look you in the eye because I'm gonna start laughing. You sit down in your cubicle. And they say, what you doing here, Aubrey? I work here. Silly. Hey, what do you think's gonna happen? I've got an album I'm releasing. What do you mean? What's the problem? I've been here for 15 years. Yeah, and you just sued us. You gotta sit there personal? Anyways, podcast went well. They're gonna give you a different perspective of Black Canadians that I think we need to have. I also told them I told them some real shit. I said, one, somebody's gonna have to go take that throne. It's gonna have to be somebody who's really independent. Because I said, bro, I know y'all feel betrayed. I know y'all feel betrayed. I know you do. Because all I can imagine is this. You just took the biggest L. You are the biggest artist from my area. Even if we don't like you, we got to say that you're the biggest from my area. You just took the biggest L. And your first moves after that L was to start smear campaigns allegedly online. Your next move was to go on a Canadian tour so that you wouldn't have to see the Super Bowl. You know what that's really was about. He didn't want to be in the States when all that was happening. You go on tour and people are holding up signs begging you for money. It couldn't go any worse. They're begging him for money. There's signs up in the air begging him for money. I'm here because I think that you might pay me, and I like some of your songs. Then you proceed to sue. You proceed to sue your job in an indirect way to sue your opponent. Drake could have walked out of this situation, taken this L, but still being seen as somebody who stood 10 toes against every one of the best rappers in his time. He didn't. He didn't. Drake could have at least walked away knowing I didn't back down from nobody. Anybody that you said was the best rapper, I rap with them. Can nobody debate that? That's yours. That's yours. That is yours. But he didn't. He sued. And that is the most bitch-made move. I don't care what your justifications are. You just changed the literal... You just changed the future of battling. In a mainstream rap sense, you just changed the entire game. Simply because you did sue, even if you lose, you just changed everything. Now I gotta think, if I'm a rapper coming up, is this bitch nigga gonna sue me? Should I diss him? I don't got the machine behind me. Like, I don't got the support that Kendrick got right now. I don't got the culture like he got right now. Is this nigga gonna sue me? That's a real conversation moving forward. Don't forget the fake drone. But you know what? That kind of stuff to me just shows what happens when a narcissist is losing the center of what happens when a narcissist is losing the center of attention. He's no longer the center of attention anymore. And when he is, it's pure humiliation. You know, pure humiliation. You know what I've noticed? And this is, I'm not a psychology major, but my dad is. And we talk about this stuff all the time. Narcissists always find a way to be the center of attention, even when it's embarrassment. Narcissists will find out how to be the center of attention, even when it's public humiliation. Remember I said I think he has a humiliation kink? because you're still the center of attention. He suffered a narcissistic injury. Pretty Mimi, that right there. Boy. Ego death is after the crash. It has to be a narcissist. That's what I'm saying. Like, let's be real. Every single one of us is on the narcissistic spectrum. There are some that are more extreme than others. We all have our moments. That is a fact. You can look that up. It is a spectrum. We are all on it. But some people are so extreme on the other side. You know what's funny, Alexa? By you saying nah, that's exhibiting higher levels of narcissism. You think that of 8 billion people, you are so unique that it doesn't apply to you. You never have selfish moments. You never have moments where you think the world revolves around you. Come on, Alexa. Alexa, really? You know what's funny? I found out it's a narcissistic trait to say I have the worst singing voice of all time. You're not that important. You're so not important, you can't even claim the worst. You've never heard the worst. And even when you heard the worst, you didn't even know the worst. You didn't even know that. That's a narcissist. You couldn't be the worst if you wanted. Just because your narcissist drug is humiliation don't make you no better. I'm perfect, Chelsea said. I like to hear that. Chelsea, we flipped your mood around. That's what I'm talking about. You supposed to be asleep right now. Curtis, what happened? Fat Albert moment is crazy. You gonna stop indirectly calling me a big bag. I know what you're doing. You're not slick. Lost in translation. You did not lose that in translation. You're not gonna slick call me a big bag. I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. I speak fluently in smartass. Is this your crash out stream? No. Evening, Nikki. No, this ain't no. If you need me, can you do me a favor and hit the like button, please? I'll wait. Just double click it. 698. You know what I'm saying? Just hit the like button. I appreciate it. It take a second of your time. Like, but no, for real. I talked to a Canadian podcast. The conversation was dope. I'm gonna bring those gentlemen on this week. Thank you so much. Can we replace narcissists with say Drake? No, because a narcissist like that shit. You can't do that. You can't call a narcissist a say Drake because now he's gonna be like, it's like Obamacare, but like now it's the Drake. It's the say Drake. Narcissists take pride in that stupid shit. HGC said, nah, this ain't Crash Out Curtis. He's seen Crash Out Curtis. Y'all ain't gonna get that. Y'all will never get that again. But what's wrong with big bags? What you mean what's wrong with big bags? You act like I'm not one of them. You should hear me at the fast food restaurant. My breathing change. My voice get a little deeper. I was like, welcome to Cane's, how can we help you? Thank you. Could I get a Caniac combo, extra crispy, with some fries? I don't want no coleslaw. I don't do that shit. Oh, it's okay, sir. Would you like extra bread? Hell yeah. I had somebody laugh at me. I was in there breathing very heavy. So I don't body shame. I don't talk about nobody because I'm probably the biggest. I have the big back activities. If I had that beat from Baby Keem in a Travis Scott, it would be big back activities. I love that bread. So do I, Elaine. So if anything, we're family. Curtis, are you okay? What's wrong with you for real? Are you new here, Erica? You know this is Curtis every day, right? Why you get a sinus infection when you turn the big bag? Because I'm trying to make room for the food. Me when I order Wingstop high key. Type shit. Curtis, you don't look big. Go eat healthy. I'm telling you, I went down the stairs today. I was very embarrassed. I went down the stairs, and not only was I fully out of breath, I live upstairs, downstairs. Not only was I fully out of breath, but I forgot why I went downstairs. It was the most embarrassing big back moment I think I've ever had. All you did was walk down the stairs, and your memory failed you, and you're out of breath. Pick a struggle, bro. Pick a struggle. Pick a struggle. You know how embarrassing that is? You can't tell nobody about that. You can't tell my wife that. Like, welcome to 40 plus. See. That's why that's why I got them on it. Memory and focus pills. Nope. I'm not letting it go. Nope. I drink ginseng to every day. I just want to stare. Wait till you 50. Don't say that, Sean. Don't say that. Nope. Curtis, get some more VC, man. Hey, no, leave me alone. Don't you ever tell me to get some more VC. Don't you ever be that funny. I swear. Y'all think I'm the funny one in this chat. The chat, I come here to see what y'all say. I'll be here to eating popcorn, watching what y'all say. No, that's the 40s. Look. No, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. I stopped mid-conversation through the podcast 2 times, and I was like, where am I? I started talking, and I was cooking. Nigga, I was cooking. And I said, what you said last time before I started talking? And he started talking to remind me, and I said, I still don't remember what I said. Motherboard malfunction is wild. No, I still don't. Look, she in here right now, Monique. Yup, that's 40. Golly. Monique was in here making fun of me because I was in here crumping to a beat. Yes, I said crumping. Don't you even say shit. Don't say shit till you see it. I was in there crumping to a beat, having a good ass time. Like Day. I saw a sandwich and I wanted a bite. I was sitting here crumping. I was having a good ass time. Stop eating sugar? Okay, I'm down for that. I was in there crumping, having a good ass time, and I couldn't catch my breath. And then Monique gonna say, hurry up and return back to factory settings, Curtis. And I said, All of a sudden, the person that has something to say every time I get on camera had nothing to say. That was the greatest comeback ever. She said, not even comeback, that was the greatest. She disrespected me. She said, hurry up. She said, hurry up and return back to factory settings. I'm no robot. I'm a grown man. She told me to return. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a straight shot. Yeah, that was some Euphoria level shit right there. I'm definitely walking around the rest of the year like Daft Punk. It was so bad I had to put Monique on a 1-week restriction. You only can get one of them jokes off a week. What's up, J Tom? Only 1 a week. I can't take 2 a week. Plus everybody else, yeah. Nah, bro, that's a red card. Do you think Drake already had plans to cancel his tour or his show and he wanted to use it to say Super B performance caused him stress? Look, I was gonna do a story about this, but then I was like, I got too much Drake content, I'm gonna chill. I was given some intel in a conversation I had with the Canadian podcasters, and they said they got word that Drake canceled the tour because of a scheduling conflict that would have had him have like a 13-day layover. He would have 13 days of free time. 13 days of free time. What do you and I do when we have too much free time? No. Wait, before you call Cap, think about this. If it was true, it's still bad. What happens when you have 13 days to do nothing but think? I'd be stressed out too. Destructive activities, intrusive thoughts. No, Sherry, you and I relax and think. What happens when you've probably been through the most traumatic year of your music career or probably of your life? What happens when you have been a part of public humiliation? What happens when your narcissist bubble has been popped and everybody sees you? What happens when you have to now live with just yourself? What do? Sleep. You can only sleep so much. You ever slept so much you got tired of sleeping? That's a different type of sleep. We get the Aubrey album. No, we won't. We're not getting the Aubrey album until he shave his head off and it finally admits that he lost. No, that sounds like torture for somebody who doesn't want to be human. So that's one theory. Another theory that's going around is that he is exhausted and that it's becoming too much. In the same week that came out, he also said within his case with UMG that the Super Bowl caused him distress. He alluded to him watching the Super Bowl. Now, why would you do that? Because narcissists can't stand when somewhere there's an activity or an event where their name is there and they can't be involved. That man went all the way out to Australia. And at 12:30 p.m., before his tour started, he was watching that Super Bowl. This is a narcissist being exposed. Anybody who's ever had a narcissist in the family, a friend, brother, sister, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know that I'm not just talking on my ass. They want to be around for everything. Last thing I saw on his tour was fans that were in there, fans that he was doing the whole like rapping and they call him respond. Like I told y'all in the video, that whole tour was about, that tour is the Coddle Me tour. That tour is the Coddle Me tour. It was silent. They didn't say nothing. That tour is the Coddle Me tour. That tour is, please remind me that I wasn't wrong. Please remind me that I'm loved. Please remind me that I got fans and this is not such a big deal. So what? The largest song of all time got performed at the Super Bowl and the largest event of the year, and people paid $2 million for commercials. So what? Everybody was saying A minor all across the world in different groups. Even though people in the Super Bowl were saying it as loud as they can. I mean, it was on boats. It was at football parties. And that's just the stuff that I saw on camera. Like there's places where they were singing and I wasn't even there. That man can't call his cat without thinking about Euphoria. Hey, Crody. Fuck. Maybe that's why he wanted to leave. He wanted to leave the embassy. Damn. I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be back, guys. Psst. California love. Dum, 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 dum. Damn, Kendrick's a big fan of Tupac. Well, I'll be down. Can't talk to your cat. Can't flush your toilet because you have a Tupac ringtone. You know what I haven't seen around lately? That Tupac ring. How much you want to bet that shit haunting him? How much you want to bet that ring is haunting him? How much you want to bet he got that motherfucking ring inside of a case like the ventriloquist dummy on Goosebumps? You better stop playing with spirits, bro. You better stop playing with spirits. You better stop playing with folks that got a lot of power around them. You got to stop playing with people. That man left his home, his oasis that he made. You know why? Because that big ass house feel like a prison. The reason I can speak like this is not because it's just fun to get on him. It's because I've been there in my own version of that. I know what it's like to have your ego crushed. I know what it's like to have your security crushed. I know what it's like. The only difference is I didn't have a team full of yes men around me. Only difference is I didn't have millions and millions of dollars and a bunch of toys to distract me. Yeah, and his house got flooded. What is that telling you? Then, if you're not convinced that it's something going on, even if you don't believe it's spiritual, I believe it's spiritual. Academics disappeared from YouTube for 10 days. You notice that? Did you notice that? Academics disappeared from YouTube for 10 days. Did you see that? Maybe because they're very quiet when they take L's. Yeah, why? Interesting, right? Well, my initial theory is this. When he allegedly attacked smaller channels for covering that story with him and the kid, the weird situation with that, he also blacklisted his name for a certain period of time. YouTube uses automated systems to get ahead of moments where something's getting spread around that could be an endangerment to kids, an endangerment to anything. YouTube is using an automated system. They're not manually going through channels. So what they probably did is use anybody who mentioned his name and then just like limited the reach of every video. They flagged my video. But guess what? His videos are named after him as well. So his views suffered as well. Also, we don't know what repercussions he got from YouTube for that activity that happened on a live stream. All I know is he disappeared for 10 days. And then when he did put out a message, I saw this on, I forget the brother's YouTube. He said that he left a message, Academics left a message on his Instagram that said, he put Hail Mary, Tupac, revenge is like the sweetest joy next to getting. He put a message up there and he said, everybody who mentioned my name on YouTube, you about to get yours. Well, why would he say YouTube specifically? Well, maybe because he got a punishment. Maybe he got a slap on the wrist. He came back a few days ago. Maybe they spanked his ass. Well, in the midst of him being gone, there's this video footage out there of his dog, of him being approached by the police because his dog allegedly bit his neighbor. What are the chances? What are the chances? Wait a minute, you just, hold on. Hot sauce and butter pondu. Very interesting name. You just helped me to understand. I think you went through the same band that I went through. Mother I. Oh, I see it now. I think he went through the same band that I went through. You know how long that was? 7 days. And he got pulled over without a license. Did he get banned from YouTube for a week? From live streaming? Mother I. These niggas is not that bright, bro. They just loud. They're not that bright. They just lie. They just loud. Yeah, that sounds about right. My suspension was for 7 days, and it was to the hour that my video got snipped or the infraction happened. No rest for the wicked. That's what it seems like it's happening. Thank you so much for the super chat. I didn't even see that here. Tupac's ring is Drake's monkey paw. Damn. Remember the monkeys? Yep. He's living through a horror movie of his own making. Doom. Somebody gotta tell the truth, but I'm gonna tell it. That's a good one. That's a good one. Your name is Confused Playlist, but you ain't confused about nothing. That's good. That's good. Oh, that's good. Oh my. That might keep me up. Okay, one more thing I told the podcast that I don't want to give it away because I want you guys to watch it. You're too light to say the N-word. Chill, Yellow. Shut up. You ain't even using your real name. There's nothing you're going to tell me about my blackness. There's nothing you're going to tell me about what I can or can say. It's always the people who take profile pics this far away. It's always the niggas with profile pics like this. Talking loud as hell. Profile pics like this. Talking loud as hell. Who are you, the nigga monitor? Who? No, wait. Back up. I got this. Who are you, the nigga monitor? Who made you the nigga monitor? Thank you, LC. I appreciate that. Who made made you the monitor? You know the craziest part? It's probably a white dude. The nigga complexion committee. That's crazy. You know what? It's probably a white dude. It's probably a nigga named Kyle.
You're a little too light to say what you said right there, brother. You're a little too light to say you're light skin.
I think that people think we're stupid as him. Can I just say this real quick? Because I don't have to defend my blackness. It's very nigga. My name is Dewan. D''WAN. If it ain't black, then why I ain't get no job with that name? This nigga saw that apostrophe and was gone. It was like, you're not getting this job, buddy. They weren't even interested in the interview. Don't you tell me. D''WAN. Then what the hell am I? Yeah, Quiznos was the only one that was like, you good. Let's not do this tonight. No, they try to play me. Let me go ahead and say thank you to the super chat. I'm really not offended. I've been told this my whole life. The moment my auntie told me this, thank you, Leonardo, for this super chat. My auntie told me one time, my auntie Beverly, love my auntie Beverly. She said, nigga, don't you ever let nobody tell you ain't black. She said, what happened if you put a drop of chocolate syrup in milk? I said, it become chocolate milk. She said, that's just a drop. Ain't no such thing as light-skinned milk. I said, damn, auntie cooking. She said, what? She said, show me light-skinned milk. Okay, auntie, I'll never do it again. Shut out my guy Screwface. Light-skinned milk. Ain't nobody ever drank no milk and be like, this milk too light-skinned. Shut up. Shut your stupid mouth. Now, the brown paper bag test, that's crazy because that was a real thing coming up for sure. That's why I got called light bright and all these other things, whatever. I was today years old when Kendrick said headshot for the year, you better walk around like Daft Punk was a rebuttal to first person shooter. Can't wait for the next mixed night. Wait a minute. That was? Thank you for the super chat. I didn't even know about that. No, Curtis, you about to get demonetized. I don't care. I really don't. Seeing y'all laugh is a lot more important than these getting monetized. They gonna do what they gonna do. I've seen a lot wilder shit get monetized. I'm not worried about that. God got a plan for me, bro. God got a plan for me. God put me around too many intelligent black folks, too many intelligent adults in general for some silly stuff to happen. I have never felt this protected. I've genuinely never felt this protected. I got a lot of people that are looking out for me, but I got a lot more powerful prayer warriors who are praying for me. I've never felt this prayed for a day in my life. So, you give me a situation, I'll show you something I've been through that was 10 times worse. This ain't nothing. You talking about demonetizing? I never forget. Daylight one time was like, this might sound insensitive, but please follow me when I say this. Daylight said, nigga, you know something else I don't believe in? I said, what? He said, cyberbullying. I said, you don't believe in cyberbullying? I said, why? He said, nigga, because you can just log off. It's a good point, Daylight. That's a good ass point. He said, nigga, you could just log off. He said, what you feel pressured by? Somebody typing in all caps? I said, damn it. I said, you just be making too much sense sometimes. I'm not trying to belittle that some people do go through some situations where people harass them from burner accounts. That is a real thing. But when he said that, I said, oh, thank you, Pearl. When he said that, I said, you know why? Because I got a haircut finally. And y'all such amazing people that you didn't want to tell me. That's one thing I will give the trolls. They don't lie to me. Get a haircut, bum. Get a haircut, you fucking bum. They don't lie to me. Y'all lie right in my face. Y'all lie right to my face. You look well rested, Curtis. You be getting a lot of sleep? Good for you. Your skin's glowing. I ain't had a lineup in damn near 2 months. I've been working. All right, Tommy Teneroni, have an amazing one. I've been working since January 1st. I've been working. I mean, you know your haircut game needed help. I did. But I was working. Thank you so much for the super chat, for sure. I was joking about being demonetized. I mean, in a funny way. Oh, I'm not worried about that. I mean, your livelihood is connected to being online. And if your school aged them, it's harder to disconnect. If you're school aged them, oh, it's hard to disconnect. Yeah. Tom, always been a workaholic. I'm learning how to balance it. But this year, I told you, I made a goal. I'm gonna retire my mama. I'm retiring my mom. And every time I feel I'm tired, I get up and I edit something else. I was tired today. I know how to stop myself. Today, I was gonna do a flocation and work on music. I stopped myself. Your skin do look healthier. Cucumber water. Cucumber slices in the water. Gotta do it every time. Lotion. Yeah. Celine, I could cry. I love you so much. That's one of my main goals. We on the same thing. Hairline check. It's a little question mark on this side. You gotta comb that down. I ain't brushed it. Screenshot. What you gonna screenshot? Hold on. The hat. Hold on. Uh-oh. I gotta clean it up. What you gonna screenshot? I showed you. You gotta do the right angle, because this one, like, I ain't got no head. I ain't got no hair. What, you go like this? At least I ain't coming here with no Beijing. Because if I'd had the perfectly airbrush hairline, I need y'all to fire me up. You change religions with different angles. That's crazy. Look, I'm gonna tell you this. Look, why am I getting close like I'm whispering to you? Look, I had the first time I ever had the Beijing. The barber was like, "You want your hairline back?" I was like, "Don't fucking play with me. He's like, "No, for real. I can hook that up." I said, "What you mean?" He was like, "It's called Beijing." He put it right in front of my face like this. He was like, "It's called Beijing." He let me hold it, and he was like, "I got this imported the other day." I was like, "Yeah, it's safe?" He said, "Yeah, it's safe." He said, "Put it in your hair, go home, shampoo it. It'll be smooth for like 24 hours. I said, "Well, come on, let's try it." Next time we get on live stream, I'm gonna show you the picture. In a moment, I was so proud. I had the thickest beard I had ever had in my life. To me in the moment, it looked so amazing. You couldn't tell me nothing. I said, "Oh my God, that is the sharpest my hairline's ever been." He said, "I know, it's Beijing." I went home to my wife and she said, "Oh, it looks cool. Looks good." I said, "You don't like it?" She said, "I like it." I said, "Let's take a picture." She said, "Okay." That picture's on my phone right now. If I could access it and show it to y'all, I would. Fam, I looked at that picture about 4 years later. My beard looked like this. And I was sitting there looking like a dumbass smiling. Just smiling. I sat there with that Beijing on my face and he didn't tell me nothing. And then I went to find out by the other barber. He was like, "Oh man, he put way too much on there. He must have been trying to impress you." I was like, "Yeah, he was." It worked. I was impressed. This nigga had me like this. Damn, that shit. Man, you learned that shit up perfect. Curtis Boozer. Yep. Yep. That day I looked like Joe Budden being played by Earl Sweatshirt. Didn't you supposed to have your sister join a platform every so often? Yeah, but they, they not, they like an hour away. My sister, my younger sister's birthday just passed, but so I'm gonna have her on here. I think y'all scared her last time. She saw that video with my sister saw the video. The video my sister was in. Both my sisters was in the video reacting to Not Like Us, because the day Not Like Us came on, my mom and my sisters came to visit us, and she was making, like, 4th of July dinner. She said she went to work and her coworkers was like, "Oh my God, I saw the stream." She said, "You saw the stream?" I said, "Yeah, thank you, Courtney." She was like, she said, "How big is your channel now?" Love it, tight shit, love it. It's getting big. It's a lot of people tapping in. You feel me? Like, it's a few 100,000 more. You feel me? Like, people be liking my shit, low key, like love it, like low key, like shit, low key. So then my sister called back to Papa. My sister called a month, like 2 weeks ago. Y'all was here. She was like, "Hey, are you live?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "I'll call you back. I'll call you back." I don't think they're gonna come back. I think y'all scared them. I think they was in here talking shit, thinking it was just me and them. My older sister, my older younger sister, is still a Drake fan. I think she'll sell me out. I think she'll sell me out. I think Drake, there go your move. There go your move. You want to get some intel on me? Just ask Jasmine. Ask my sister. She'll give you all the information for free. She didn't even want no tickets. Drake, if you want intel, find my sister Jasmine. And she don't even like dudes. She don't even like dudes. She don't even like dudes like that. She gonna give you all the information you want. She'll sell me out. My sister will sell me out to Moesha. My sister would sell me out to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And rest in peace to old girl from the Gossip Girls that passed away today. That was really sad to hear that. But my sister would sell me out for a full DVD set of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yeah. I still love her. Not Buffy the Vampire Slayer, yo. Yeah. Drake finna be writing her about Curtis the Blackbeard. Do you got any pictures? See, the thing is, Drake don't ever want to diss somebody like me. Cause I'm funnier than him. Yeah, you got a bigger platform, but you lose. Don't come to me. You don't want to bring people over to this play. That's why I was sitting there talking to the screen when academics had me on the screen. I said, "What are you doing? Don't do this. This is bad for you." Because then people gonna come over here and use their common sense and see we're having intelligent and funny conversations, and then they gonna stay. Don't do that. That's not good. Hey, from Toronto, what's up, Layla? Nah, Drake saw what you did. I didn't do nothing. Nope. You got sharp with Curtis. Sharp without no Beijing. They didn't know you were doing a live stream. Or just didn't. No, they knew I was doing a live stream. They just didn't know how big it was getting. Because they weren't watching the numbers. They were watching the video. Like, you know how it is. Since we're not talking about the topic, I can be transparent. Your family is usually the last ones to recognize how large your platform is getting. Anybody in here can relate to that. Your family is usually the last ones to see it, especially the older folks in your family. The older folks, like, I remember when my grandmother was still alive, she didn't know how serious my music career was until she saw me in a newspaper. Because they came up under old media. When my grandmother saw that my face was in a newspaper, on a front page of a local newspaper, she said, "Oh, you're serious." It didn't matter who I worked with. She don't care about these placements. She didn't care about TDE. She didn't care about Absol, Kendrick. She didn't care about none of that. When she seen me in a newspaper, oh, I'm big time. So, my sisters are the same way. Where like they don't like they've seen you since you were little. You've seen them since they were little. Like, they don't really take it serious until it's serious. My sister wanted to start a bet with me. She said,
I bet you if me and you go to a TDE show, nobody gonna recognize you. I said, damn it, that's a surefire way to lose some money, sis. I said, I don't think you know. Humbly speaking, I don't think you know, sis. I don't think you know. Like, I already stand out for being one of the only light-skinned niggas that don't like Drake. Yep. 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 That's already making me stand out. We love you for that, though. Thank you. Thank you. Drake could have been so different with a black mama and an absent white. He could have been. I'm sorry. I read that shit so fast. I don't know what the hell you said, Pearl. Pearl said Drake could have been so different with a black mama and an absent white daddy. And I almost scrolled up past that like, yeah, that's true. What? First of all, if Drake had a black mama, he'd have got smacked out the back of his head the moment he said, you didn't bring my tuna sandwich. I didn't bring your what? I just was really hoping you could bring my tuna sandwich. You lied. I'm a liar, you said? Hold on. Come here. Say it again. Say that again. That'd have been it. There would have been no rap career. You can't do no rapping until you bring your grades up. I know you ain't using your outside voice inside the house. No. Starting from the bottom. Yeah. You started from the bottom? So I guess you got bottom bill. You got bottom bills you paying too, huh? And that's not to imply that black mamas are abusive, but a lot of black mamas are very, very straightforward. And they do not bite their tongues, and I love them for that. Very different. Yeah, that's a good observation. Drake needed a present father. Could have been Filipino. That's true too. Authority, yes. Drake with a white daddy and a black mama. Huh. That just messed me up. I'm not gonna sleep now. Thank you. Hey, yo, Curtis, how do we feel about experimental breakcore? Yakira, what made you ask a question like that? It never fails. Somebody always comes in here and they're like, yeah, I know we talking about hip hop, but like, how you feel about spark plugs? Like, I'm thinking like maybe they should have been spelled with a C instead of a K. Yeah, okay. Well, I've done my content for the day. And Black Mama talk through their teeth. Oh, I love it. I didn't always love it. Let me tell you, my mom told me one time, I love her. God bless her heart, because she's such a different Rochelle now. She's such a different Roro. Mama told me one time, tell you the power of a black mama. Mama said, go put it away. I'm gonna whoop you till I get tired. Until you get, I didn't say this out loud. I just thought, until you get tired. You got a lot of stamina. Until you get tired? Do I want to test what that is? Until you get, until you get tired? Did you, Jesus said, you talked to Friday today? No, I did not. I do not. I will not have any conversations with Friday Ricky Dread until he first either apologizes or until we have that conversation in public. And even then, I don't want to have that conversation because he broke code. He broke a code. And this is not a West Coast code. This is just a genuine respect, adult to adult code. He broke an adult code. If I have a conversation with you and there's something that you don't like, and something changes in the next few days that makes you want to say something different, hit me up directly. Don't go to your microphone talking about what you should have said and da-da-da-da. Don't do that. Hit me up. Hit me up. Especially when we had a respectful conversation. But the moment you go straight to your YouTube channel, trying to, like, and he reached out to my DM, like, what do you think Like, dog, you was just a few days ago. It was just a few days ago, and you was on a platform smiling with us, keying with us, and then you got back to your show and started trying to call out DJ Head. What you think I'm finna do? Agree with you? That's my dog. You think I'm gonna agree with you? You wrong. And you supposed to be ROG. That's what I'm saying, dog. Like D1 wasn't lying. Some YNs don't become OGs. Some young men never become OGs. They just get older. They become OYNs. How many OYNs have we seen in the last year? It's disappointing. It is so disappointing. It is so disappointing. I can't even get angry. It's just disappointing. That's something else my mama used to do. I got an F one time, and she went to my parent-teacher conference, and I thought I got away with it because my dad wasn't there. My dad had just, at that time, he just whooped me. My mom said, let me get this straight. You got an F? I said, yeah. She said, so I've been getting you up every single morning at 6 o'clock in the morning, getting you up, getting you to get ready. I've been taking you to school on time, and you got the same grade as if you didn't go to school at all? I said, yeah. She said, wow. Disappointed. Didn't even look me in my face. That hurt more than a whooping. I vote for the whooping. I vote for the whooping. You hear me? I vote for the whooping. I vote for the whooping. Don't you ever use reverse psychology. I vote for the whooping. I vote for the whooping. That's psychological warfare. Yeah, that got me. Because what do you say? I could have not went to school and got the same grade. So what you there for? That's black mama logic. It was different. That hit different. It 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 hit different. She hit you with the CK Ultra. Yeah, I use disappointed on my son. It hits different. I wonder how it works for younger generations, but when you love your mama, when you a mama's boy, or whatever you want to call it, it hits different. A black mama's disappointment hit different. Yes, it do. Whipping are temporary. Disappointment lasts until that next report card. Hey, you remember the first time you thought that your handwriting wouldn't be identifiable and you could turn a F into an A? Remember the first time you tried that? Oh, I could tell you right now, dudes out here don't care. I could tell. Remember the first time you got an F, you try to turn into an A? And it's like, why that A so boxy? Why that A look like this? Why that A look like this? Why that A look like this? It's supposed to be like this. Why that A look like this? Big ass. I remember I did it one time and I threw the whole damn thing over. I tried to make a F into an A. I threw the whole report card away. I said, man, fuck this, man. You just got to figure out on your own. He figured it out. Pops figured it out. I got to whoop him for that for sure. I went inside the bathroom and was like, big ass, thick ass arm on that A. I said, yep, he got me. I'm gonna just, if I just put in the toilet, nobody knows where the stuff in the toilet goes, it'll be gone forever. Yep. Yeah, well, he found out. And it was even worse because he knew that I threw it away. Oh man, how stupid are we? Oh man, yeah. Thank you once again for that super chat, Leonardo. Loser is rough, you know. Wrong. Yo, Mexican mom. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, dog, we're in a time right now where it's not divisive. It's that people are properly representing their cultures and showing pride in it after it seemed like the powers that be wanted us to become homogenous. They wanted internet culture to be all of our culture. And to a certain degree, we partake because we're here right now. But, dog, that's what makes what we're doing great. that you get to have your culture. And if you choose to share things with us, if you trust us so much that you bring us into your Mexican household, to your Italian household, your Filipino household, your Korean, your Japanese household, like, that's your choice. That's amazing to live in a time like that, where I can go to a TikTok and learn, the origin of, the old English writing as it pertains to Los Angeles, and the role that Los Angeles Times played in that, and why it's so embedded with Cholo and Chola culture. Like, that's dope. That's, to me, when you're talking about not like us, I think the us shifts from culture to culture. That's why you got football fans in Saudi Arabia that are celebrating not like us. Why do they get it? That's why you have Native American women that are dancing to the song. Why do they get it? Why don't they think it's divisive? Thank you so much for that super chat, Funky Gold. You got white folks, you got like news anchors, you got doctors, you got people in gyms dancing. It's spiritual. I know it is. I know it is too, Papa. But that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you see that and not see that something's going on? I try to think about that. You know what my conclusion is? The people that feel left out are the narcissists. The ones that think that their story is more important than the culture they're partaking in. Follow me. Somebody made a post that I reposted on my Twitter account, right? And this dude said the problem that he sees with sort of the OVO stands versus, I guess, the Kendrick stands is that one big noticeable difference he sees across the board. Kendrick fans are hip hop fans first. And because of they're fans of hip hop, they become fans of Kendrick. Drake fans are fans of Drake and Drake only. Why? Because he makes music about me, 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 me. Even when Drake tells the perspective of a woman, it's about how she did something to him. Drake is talking to the type of men who feel like no matter what they did wrong, they have every right to drunk text a woman in a different relationship. It's narcissism. That's narcissism. So you create red pill. So you create a soundtrack for people who feel like they can have access to anybody and anything that they want. In a committed relationship, in a non-committed, doesn't matter. Like, they feel like they can always have access. They feel like this. They feel like they're always the main character in everybody else's story. That's the soundtrack to narcissistic individuals. That's why they don't understand not like us. Because like somebody just said in here, not like me. Me, 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 me. Worse, there's zero relationships. So that's why they don't get it. Because nobody is more important than their perspective. That's the difference between a Kendrick and a Drake, in my opinion. Drake makes music that is about him, the people that affected him, the women that affected him, how he feels about all the women in his life, how he feels about his status in the game, how he feels different from everybody else. And there's a lot of rappers that fit that category. It's not just him. Kendrick has taught you about people he considered family, Compton, what it's like growing up, where he came from, the people that are around him, the neighborhood he grew up in, the people he respects, and then himself in the midst of this environment. It's sharing. Yes, by nature, Keisha, it is sharing. That's why he gets a different type of support. If you want to wonder why a Drake didn't get the support you think he should have gotten during this battle, ask yourself not who did he do business with. We got to separate who did he help versus who did he do business with. There's a difference between who he's done business with, which means it's a two-way exchange, and the people that he supposedly helped. Narcissists don't help anybody for no reason. Think about this. Months after Triple X Tentacion passed away, Drake goes to Florida of all places to do his version of a helping hand challenge. You go to Florida to do charity. Months after that gentleman, Triple X Tentacion, as troubled as he was, as much as he was involved in controversy, after he passes away, after he's gunned down in the streets. I'm not alluding to there being a connection. All I'm saying is there's a more tactful way for you to move around. Why not do that in Canada? Why not do that in Canada? Why go to Florida and do that? But that's what Triple X was known for doing, was the helping hand challenge in Florida. But you go to Florida and you do that? So I think that kind of behavior, people see that, but they couldn't say anything because if they said something, they got blackballed. Same thing with Diddy. That's why so many people came out now, because that's how fearful they were about losing opportunities in this industry. So yeah, I think we got to change the narrative about him helping so many people. Why don't they feel helped? Why are they moving around like why are they moving around like they're glad to see this downfall? Yeah, I said this earlier today. I'm gonna repeat this tweet, and I'm gonna get up out of here because my guy Ogosh the Otis is coming over, and we're gonna be working on music tomorrow. So he's coming out here tomorrow or tonight. We'll be working on music tomorrow. So y'all in for a treat. If you don't know, it's one of the most talented producers that I know. Period. Oh, do you mean you mean when Drake did charity in Florida around the time of his? Yes, I can't read that, but yes, contradiction. You know exactly what I'm getting at. So appreciate you, HEC. Yeah, it's these things don't happen by accident. You know, it is not anybody on a smear campaign. No. This is happening for a reason. Remember when you say they say here's a tweet. Never mind, let me go back. I'm gonna go to this tweet. Triple X Tentacion. So I said this because I know the stuff that was circulating around his name, it was not 100% positive. But this is what I say. I truly believe. I said Triple X Tentacion's presence posed a serious threat to a lot of music careers at the top, including someone like a Drake, I believe. He was a lyricist, a vocalist, and a producer with a magnetizing, troubled, and complex personality that had the youth in an absolute stranglehold. What's up, Ricky? And I said, I wish we could have had a chance to see it all happen for him. He had the kids in a stranglehold. Who's the rapper that's now still talking to the kids? This kid posed a very serious threat. Not because he could just make music really good, but because he had money behind him. He had just signed a multi-million-dollar deal. He had money behind him. You know what happened the last time a loudmouth independent artist got money put behind him? You know what his name was? 50 Cent. When Ja Rule was the artist that was at the top of the game. Have a good night, said. The last time you saw that was 50 Cent. 50 Cent made a song called How to Rob, pissed off a lot of people in the industry. Next thing you know, he's signing a deal with Interscope, Jimmy Iovine, and Aftermath. And he has money behind him. And because of that, he posed a real serious threat to Ja Rule's position. Yeah, justice for Ja Rule. And then what happened? Ja Rule's next album didn't sell nowhere near what it sold before. He didn't even outsell his last album. What's happening right now with Drake? Drake soft launched an album with Party Next Door. He used Party Next Door, if you ask me. He used Party Next Door to get out an album that would not count against him. How do I know that? Because he has solo songs on the project. Who does a collaboration project and puts multiple solo songs on it? Who puts disses on a song called Give Me a Hug? That's a Drake album. It's a soft launch. That's him trying to see if UMG is going to block his blessings. I think that's what that is. I think he wanted to see if they was going to block his blessings. What he doesn't realize is that they're going to give him the full treatment for this project and his solo project. And what's going to happen is when he wins the sales game, which he's been doing for 15 years, he's going to lose his lawsuit. When he loses his lawsuit because he has no ground to stand on, then he'll lose the support. Chess, not checkers. Chess, not checkers. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me you cannot see that. He did use Party Next Door. What did you say? After that man been hiding at home in Brampton, a city west of Toronto. Like, didn't Drake snub you after using you? I'm saying. Looks like narcissistic behavior if you can't let his artist shine. I'm saying. UMG's playing chess right now. I'm not a fan of UMG. I'm not a fan of Spotify. But what I would never, ever debate is that they're not crafty. Stevie Wonder can see it. I heard that, Funky Code. That's exactly what's happening. You use your man as a speed bump. That's super weird, right? DJ Head mentioned that UMG is pushing the solo Drake records and Drake's on his own for the records with P&D. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? That's super weird, right? So they're pushing his songs because when they counter every argument that he has that they're unfairly pushing Kendrick, they're going to say, what do you mean? You're just coming off one of you. Like, if you still want to bring in new evidence from the Super Bowl, you think UMG's not bringing in new evidence right now from the sales that you're currently doing? You're getting a full treatment. What's he thinking? What was he thinking? Yeah. His success is going to be part of his success in this era is going to be part of his downfall. And at this point, he can't withdraw the case now. He can't withdraw the case. If you withdraw, all you're doing is setting yourself up to get that flop even sooner. But one thing I'm going to tell you, remember from this stream, remember I said this, we can probably come back and clip this. Those companies always get their get back. Those companies I don't care if you're Michael Jackson big, those companies always get their get back. Watch. They always get their lick back. No artist is ever going to make them look stupid. They're going to get their get back. You just canceled the end dates on your tour. Somebody got to finance that. Somebody got to eat that money. UMG saw him kissing and hugging on stage in Australia. He about to take 2 big L's. Yeah. And then now he's shifting parts of his lawsuit because it doesn't have any ground to stand on. The moment I saw Lucian Grange and Dr. Dre high-fiving, I said, there's no case here. They're not fearful of anything. If he had a legitimate case, you wouldn't see those two in the same vicinity. They high-fived. That was a public display of power. They high-fived after Kendrick won his 5th Grammy. You think you finna be somebody that got a name like Lucian? In some places, they call him Sir Lucian. Yeah, they didn't get their lick back when T Swift put her foot down. Well, that's also a white woman named Taylor Swift. They don't make them every day. Drake is not a white woman named Taylor Swift. And don't know they got their lick back with her too. Because before she re-recorded that album, Who was making that money? They always get their lick back, bro. They always get their lick back. Nobody gets away with anything with them. Before she re-recorded that album, they made all their money off of her. Drake is a white woman named Aubrey. I ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say. Niggas be suing out here. Lucian does sound like a Disney villain name. Lucian Grange. Why you say Granger? Lucian Granger. That sound like a former Portland Trailblazer. Address those who say Drake put K-Dot on. Let's do some research. Let's look that up. What year? Let's go to ChatGPT on. I like talking to her. Let's see this. What year did Drake take Kendrick Lamar on tour? Drake took Kendrick Lamar on tour in 2011. Okay. What accomplishments did Kendrick achieve before 2011? Kendrick had built a strong foundation as an independent artist, gaining recognition through his mixtapes, collaborations, and early projects. Here are some of his key accomplishments. 2003, released his first mixtape, Youngest Head Nigga in Charge. Hub City, Minor of the Year. That's crazy. Hub City Threat, Minor of the Year. A minor. That's hilarious. And he was under the age of 16. What if this nigga been plotting this shit since 2003? That's hilarious. How do we not catch that earlier? That is crazy. Minor of the... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. I'm not lying to you. Look at this. I'm not making this shit up. Look. That shit says, hold on. Go back. Please. Oh, get up here. I can't get up here. Hold on. I'll just take it off the stand. Oh my God. Look at this. Come here, look at this. That says Minor of the Year. Oh my God. Minor of the... Some things are Easter eggs. Some things are just ancestral intervention. How about we just say that? That's crazy. That's in 2003. 21 years later. 2005, he released Training Day, a mixtape showcasing his lyricism over classic hip-hop beats. 2009, he released C4, a mixtape inspired by Lil Wayne, The Carter 3, establishing his lyrical prowess. 2009, he officially changed his name from K-Dot to Kendrick Lamar and released the Kendrick Lamar EP, which is what got people on a lot of the radars. Breakthrough with TDE. 2010, he released OD, Overly Dedicated, a critically acclaimed mixtape that included tracks like Ignorance is Bliss, which caught the attention of Dr. Dre. The project peaked on iTunes hip-hop charts and began spreading beyond the underground scene. 3, as a member of Black Hippie, Kendrick became part of a collective that started gaining momentum as TDE core artist. This all happened before he met Drake, okay? Dr. Dre took notice of Kendrick's talent after hearing Overly Dedicated. Tech Nine and Lil Wayne co-signed him as a rising star in hip-hop. He toured with J-Rock and gained a growing fan base through grassroots support. J-Rock was signed, I believe, to Warner Brothers. And in 2011, through Section 80, he officially through Section 80, Kendrick had been previewing tracks and building a hype in 2010. He gained the attention of J. Cole, leading to their early collaborations. By the time 2011 arrived, Kendrick had already established himself as a lyrical powerhouse in the underground, setting the stage for his mainstream breakthrough. It wasn't a matter of if Drake was going to come save him. It was a matter of when. The moment that Dr. Dre put his arm around him and said, "This is my next project," it was only a matter of when. He released Section 80 and he released the Kendrick Lamar LP. What are we talking about? So, my question is, if Drake put him on, Drake didn't put nobody on. Drake gave an opportunity for him to share in a different fan base than what he had access to. He didn't give him songs. He didn't write any songs for him. He gave him a feature with Poetic Justice, but that was already on a project that was critically acclaimed. That project didn't sell because of Drake. Let's not even get that twisted. That Dr. Dre co-signing was such a huge deal because Dre wasn't co-signing nobody and it wasn't working directly with him. Yeah, Erica M., you ain't never lied. Drake's stimulus package works in the opposite direction of what people think. People think that it's Drake comes in and turns you up. But you fail to mention what he gains in the process. You think he just, out of the goodness of his heart, just gives out features and gains nothing? When somebody has been making money their entire life as an actor, they've been making money their entire career as an artist, after he was signed, I should say, because he was an independent artist. When somebody's been making enough money that they don't need money, what is the next thing that they start to desire? It explains some of the interviews where he's saying things like, where he said, I just feel like the hood can relate to me because, you know, like one time my dad got stopped at the border and I watched like all of the FBI stop him, man. And you know, it didn't make me happy. And, you know, and I just feel like it gave me an experience that, like, I don't know, man. I feel like that's why the hood can relate to me. The hood can relate to you because your dad got stopped at the Canadian border. Am I reading this right? Yeah. So, I don't think that anything that he got on that tour, I think that tour I think that tour, which was Drake, Kendrick, and ASAP Rocky, I think all three of them benefited from that tour. ASAP Rocky was hot as fish grease at that time. Hot as fish grease. He already had his video circulating, it was picking up. Kendrick was already on every single blog that you can think of. He was already a hot ticket everywhere he went. 2011, that's when he went on tour. So this idea that when people tell you that, you got to realize, like, do me a favor. If you don't already do this, I know I'm dealing with adults in here, so I'm not going to put this to everybody. When somebody says something like that, go look at the person giving you the information and ask you, what the fuck do they know? You say Drake put him on. What is putting on? What does that mean? Well, I didn't hear about Kendrick until he went on tour. No. That's not called putting on. That's what it took for you to get him on your radar. Your radar is not a general radar for everybody. What? You know, the arrogance and even the narcissism of people when they say things like, who is that? I never heard of him. He must be a nobody. Because you didn't hear about him? Because you didn't hear about him, nobody knows about this person. You know how self-centered that perspective is? So I take things people say with a grain of salt, especially because I've worked in the music industry as an artist, as a producer. I've worked with these very men that we talking about. I never worked with Drake. I'm glad I didn't. But the gentlemen that I mentioned, I've worked with so many of them. And I've seen them and they put their work ethic in. That's why when I saw this thing play out, I felt the same way as Maestro. I'm like, this boy Drake don't know what he's getting into. And then we all saw it. So, yeah, he didn't put no Kendrick on. Because truth be told, what would Drake do for Kendrick that a Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Eminem tour couldn't do? And he had that in his back pocket. Tell me, what did Drake do that Eminem and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre on a tour couldn't do for K-Dot? Mind you, this is also around the time that he got the passing of the baton from all of them. Put the Game, put Snoop, put Dre in 2011 Hell yeah. Well, he went on tour with Tech Nine though. Put Dre, put Eminem, put Snoop in the game in 2011, not today. In 2011 on tour with Kendrick. He's out of here. What are we talking about? You think he needed Drake? No. I think that they all saw a mutually beneficial opportunity to take three young artists that are emerging, that are becoming and dominating the conversation, and exchange. So, and the crazy part about it is, Kendrick made an impact even though they had him in the opening slot. If I'm not mistaken, Kendrick was I want to say he was either on some of the tour dates, he was the opening act of the three. So no, I'm not buying that, bro. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. I'm not your dad. Exactly. Kendrick was in Toronto, and that's how Drake ended up meeting K. Dot. He was on his way. Drake had a bigger audience at the time only. That's what I'm saying, though. Like, that was only a matter of time, bro. It was only a matter of time. Hey, Nas, thank you so much. Y'all be blessing me, man. Y'all really be blessing me. I promise you, I just come in here and talk this because I love talking this. I really do appreciate you. Nas, thank you. Leonardo, thank you. I really do appreciate you because I'm really in here just talking hip hop because I love it. I just love to talk this with y'all. So thank you. I was there. He still stood out. And I bet you one day we're gonna get a story from Kendrick about some of the nonsense that probably happened on that tour. Because if he's anywhere near the narcissist that we think Drake is, I know that there was problems on that tour. I've been on tour. I've been on tour. It is so easy to make somebody's life a living hell if the headliner doesn't like them. I went on tour with Murs. Thank God Murs looked at us like little bros. He looked out for us. Right? We drove all across the US in a van, 7 of us. Went on tour with Murs, 50 cities, 25 states over 3 months. 2 months. 3 months, 2 months. And had we been on a tour with somebody that didn't like us, it would have been hell. It would have been hell. You hear me? I can't imagine them times where it was like, all right, Kendrick, you got to get out there in the next 15. The door's not even open yet. We need you to get out there and it's not your tour. If you think for a second that somebody like Drake is going to set you up to have a better show than them, if anything, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the beginning of the issues that Drake started to have with the Kendrick. Because Kendrick represents everything that Drake will never have access to. He will never be backed by street culture. He will never be backed by OGs unless it's a transactional relationship. He will never, ever speak for those that are living in some of the ghettos and some of the hoods of Toronto because he's from the suburbs. He's a child actor. He will never be able to speak for them, but he can speak with them because it's a financial transaction. Isn't it ironic that years later, now even his fans, the transaction? He released his album with P&D, and 24 hours after it came out, the price was slashed in half. In the same 24 hours, there's a photo of him at a show with fans holding up signs that say, please put me through college. Please help me get an engagement ring. Please help me pay for rent. People are here because they because of what you can give them, not because they want to be here. I'm not speaking for everyone, but I'm saying that's the difference. If you go to a Kendrick concert, and I've been to many of them, those folks that are there want to see him because they want to see what he's going to do next. I've seen Kendrick perform in venues with 20 people, 200, 2,000. Then people want to be there. The price was not slashed. That was a lie. No, it wasn't. You show me where that was a lie at. It got slashed. The physicals got slashed 50%. It was on his website. It was on his website. It was on his website. It was literally on his website. And I think that that's interesting that people want to argue such minute things like that. That tells you how bad, how down bad they are. Come on, man. Like, if you can't read the writing on the wall, it's that bad right now. It got slashed to $7.99, which I'm not criticizing and saying that it wasn't selling. I'm just saying that it's really interesting that somebody that's a top tier artist is not able to sell physicals. You know why? Drake doesn't have the same type of super fans that Kendrick does. Drake has fans that are fans of themselves. A diehard Drake fan is somebody who's a diehard fan of themselves. A diehard Drake fan is someone who's a fan of themselves. They don't come there because they're fans of buying music. They're fans of being a look at me. They're fans of, ooh, look at me and my Drake CD. How do I use this? It's a Drake CD. Look, I bought it. I'm at the venue. Look at me. Look. This is me, and I'm holding the CD that I plan on never playing because I just want to be the first one that Kendrick sold them vinyls, and he sold out without even having to. It was $7.99 on my dead mother's grave. You ain't gotta do all that, Jesus Lord. You gotta do all that. You gotta do all that. Curtis is calling out Young Me so hard. Emo Kid, I'm not even getting on you because if I'm getting on you, I'm getting on myself. We all did it, bro. We all did it. I don't want to get too deep into this, but music is hypnosis. Music at its best is a hypnosis. We all fell under it. You just hope that you get better with time about deciphering what's good for you and what's not good for you. Music is hypnosis. Great music is really good hypnosis. So I don't even get on nobody because I for sure I fell under the hypnosis of Kanye West. And it's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It is simply embarrassing. So, yeah, I'm just speaking for myself when I say that. Hold on, let me make sure my guy didn't just pull up. I think he did. Hold on. Okay, never mind. He's leaving. All right. Yeah, I think. Oh gosh, he's pulling up soon. So yeah, I fell under hypnosis. I believed in when I heard I Wonder. I thought it was the most amazing thing that I ever heard. And musically, it is very much one of the most amazing things I heard. When I heard Flashing Lights, I believed in him. I believed in him talking about I use my arrogance as a steam to power my dreams. I believed in him when he said the industry was against him. I believed in him when he said that he wanted to make sure that he gave voices to the voiceless. I believed him when he said that George Bush doesn't care about black people. I believed him when he says that the industry is trying to crush his spirit. I believed him when he said Jesus walks. I believed him. Dumb me. Because at the end of the day, all he showed me is that he's just another bitter old head, jealous of the next person coming up, self-centered, self-serving. Every story that you hear celebrities about him, they're not even talking bad about him, but all they talk about is how weird of a character he is and how he values being the center of attention more than being a good human being to some of these people. I don't know him, but there's the stories I keep hearing. I don't want to figure it out. I don't want to meet folks like this. And it took me a long time before I looked at that and said, nope, 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 nope. So yeah, I think some of us all fall under the hypnosis. I for sure did. But I tell you this, at 40, I see right through it. I see right through all of the crazy act. What's up, Lazy Eye? My God, he don't want to make the DIY sign. I seen right through the crazy act. The moment he said, I'm gonna defend Diddy and watch. And the next year, I'm gonna win all kind of Grammys and I'm gonna do the Super Bowl. Really? Is this what this is all about? Nah, bro, you're you. There's no way. Hmm. It reminds me when Ty Lopez said he used to work with a billionaire, right? Ty Lopez, you probably seen him. He does like the stuff that people think is like super scammy with the ebooks and all this stuff. He works with billionaires, and he said he used to work with a billionaire and be an assistant for him. He said, you know what this guy did every day? When I woke him up and I opened up his blinds and I tried to cheer him up, he's like, it's gonna be a good day. He said, no, it's not a good day. He said, why? He says, because I'm still number 4 on the Forbes list. A billionaire was disappointed because he was number 4 on the Forbes list. He woke him up because he's his assistant. Pretty much like, his assistant. Like, let's get your day started. Let me help you out. He wanted to learn how to make money from this guy. And he said the billionaire woke up and said, it could be better if I wasn't number 4 on the Forbes list. Money don't solve it. If a billionaire can get to that point, that's that's why they have the saying that says some people are so poor all they have is money. Some people are so poor all they have is money. What do you mean? You could have everything with money. Everything except for character. Everything except for your insatiable thirst for validation. Everything except for what money can't buy, like a family that loves you, a family that wants to see you win, a family that's not there because it's a transaction, a wife that's not there because it's a transaction, a wife that truly believes in you, a wife that says, I know that we've gone through some crazy times, but you know what? I trust where you taking me. Can't buy class either, yeah. It really makes you look at your life and realize no matter what your financial situation is, you got it good. You got it good. Do you want the problems of a Kanye West? Mentally? Physically? Most billionaires grew up in millionaire families. It's rarely about the money for them. Money just amplifies who you are. Rising Phoenix. I had a marketing teacher tell me that one time. Money is not just the root of all evil, it's the magnifying glass of who you always were. Yeah, that part. So, that's a commitment that I made when I started getting around people that were financially well off and they were telling me their demeanor. I realized how different some cultures are about money, and I just realized this is not in my nature. Some things are just not in my nature. It's not in my nature to scam people and look the other way like it didn't happen. I care too much. I genuinely care too much, even to a fault for some people, right? Even to a point where I've lost money caring as much as I do. And that's not me trying to like mask a weakness as a strength. That's just the literal truth. I've lost money because I cared too much and somebody didn't care enough and they got the better of the deal. But I was always under the belief that if I was going to operate from a place, not trying to be a nice guy, but if I operate from a place of just being real, um, it would lead me to where I need to go. And so that's where we're at. So they can't force me to be anything that I don't want to be. I can't be bought out. I'm not going to wait till I'm 40 to start glitching out. I want nothing more than to see people win. You know something I noticed, and I'll leave it at this. And I've been talking for a long time. I just want to have this. This is good to vent. I've noticed that throughout my career, I've never had any issues showing people love or giving them their flowers, and I've made a lot of people uncomfortable when I did that because they didn't trust me. They thought that when I gave them their flowers, that meant that um, I had ulterior motives. I'm talking about the most gangster folks that I've met. Because I was too nice, or because I was too like caring, or because I looked out for them. You saw that tweet, Courtney? Yep. Because I was too like, nah, this nigga too nice. Immediately they thought that I was out trying to get something from them. And I used to look at it like it was a weakness. Now That's my strength, bro. That's my strength. That's my strength. I'm going to give you your roses, whether you're ready to smell them or not. And you're going to never say that I ain't never helped no. You ain't going to never say that I didn't tell you what you meant to me, how you influenced me, how great you are at what you do. Because what me giving you those roses don't take nothing away from me. Yeah, they got to deal with that. Said trauma, they got to deal with that. Facts, facts, facts. Yeah. So, kindness is rarity these days. I'm seeing it more. You know what's crazy? I felt that way before. Kiss for smooch. I felt that way before. I felt like, damn, maybe I'm the stupid one. And I should be more cold hearted. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. There's certain situations I can get really like stern and like David Goggins type of energy. Ash, I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. I can get there. But also, I realized I've been doing YouTube for almost 10 years. Finally got to a plateau that I've never seen before on YouTube from views and all around the board. And I did this being me. I did this going through whatever like gut-wrenching ego deaths that I had to go through, right? Went through that. I didn't have to do nobody dirty. I didn't have to do no cutthroat business. I did it being me, and even me to a fault at times. But I learned my lessons and kept going. If I found success and it just took longer, I can't imagine. Tiffany Haddish. Wait a minute. Tiffany Haddish? I'm humbled. First of all. Much love to you. You're right. It does exist all around. But I'm noticing how much of a threat it has been to people and how much I've tried to readjust who I am to that. And I felt like that's not the way it should be. That's not the way it should be. So I am learning how to be aggressively kind. If you're dealing with something that's not going to allow you to accept my kindness, it's up to me to set the proper boundaries. But it's not up to me to readjust and become cold because you're cold. I just got to set those boundaries. And I have not always been good at that. Shout out to Tiffany Haddish. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. Matter of fact, there is a book that I read about setting boundaries, especially for those of you that are empaths. Setting boundaries. Nidra Glover Tawwab. Woo! Setting boundaries, finding peace, and a guide to reclaiming yourself. Yeah. Hey, Curtis, we got a legit comedian in the chat. Can we get back to roasting? I'm just like, it's late. I'm just honored that Tiffany Haddish know who the hell I am. See, this is you know what's so special about that? I tell my mama, like, you know, I work with Ab-Soul, and she be like, oh, that's nice. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. You know, Tiffany Haddish was in my live stream. She be like, what? Oh, you big time. I'm playing. Tiffany said, my boundaries are basically speed bumps in big trees. I heard that. You know what I like about the audiobook of this book, though? Let me show you the title right here. Check it out. Hold on, let me get this off of here. Let me tell you about this book. First of all, the author, it's a black woman that made this book. Let me tell you about this book right here. The way that she read me, I felt disrespected. I don't know who you are. You popped up in my feed. Look, I'm glad that we came across one another. Big fan of what you do. You know it's nothing but love from us. Salute to you. Watched a lot of your movies. So, God saw it for a reason that I came across your timeline. But yeah. She got a part in this book where she says ignoring people is not setting boundaries. I said, oh Lord, oh come on, sis. Hey, like, you gotta chill. Tiffany, she said, ignoring people is not setting boundaries. She said that's a passive aggressive way of trying to set a boundary. She said that's not setting boundaries. I said, I gotta talk to people. I gotta say something. Like, ew. I was hoping like you get the message. My mama used to say, she said, when I don't feel like dealing with somebody, I just make myself less available. I said, I like that strategy. Teach me more, mother. I said, what comes with what makes yourself less available, Mom? She said, I just made myself less available. I said, I like that strategy. I like that. I like that. She said, that's not setting boundaries. She said, that's being passive aggressive. I said, okay. So what I gotta do? You have to be stern and let people know there is no buckling when you set these boundaries. I'll be telling people the trees are growing high and I won't be cutting them down. Hello. I wish I had my other setup. I'll push my button right now. Somebody got to tell the truth and I'm going to tell it. Yes. But what does that actually look like? That's the thing that I had to hear in this book. Introduce yourself. You know what? That's a good. Tiffany, by the way, my name is Curtis King. I am an artist, music producer. Through my music, I had the opportunity to work with Kendrick Lamar, Ab-Soul, and it led me to a music industry that I thought that I wanted a piece of. I really didn't want a piece of it. I learned the hard way. Thankfully, I don't have nearly the horror stories a lot of people have, but it led me eventually to giving all the knowledge that I had accumulated over the years to YouTube. Me doing YouTube led to me writing a book. I wrote my own book, and that was a beautiful thing. But being able to grow my audience here by teaching and helping and sharing my information with people, eventually led me now to doing news stories where I react to things that are happening in hip hop, the battle and everything else that's been happening over the years, but really cultural conversations. So it is an honor for you to be here. But that is Curtis King. I'm a father. I'm a husband. Yeah. I was gonna say Aquarius, but I feel like it didn't even really apply. So, there's that. But yeah. Of course, Lynn, I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. For some reason, lazy eye, like for whatever reason, your astrology come up when you ain't got nothing else to say. Like I'm an Aquarius. I'm a water bearer. What does that even mean? I feel honored to be watching. Happy belated birthday. Thank you. Look at you. Oh, she knowing it. January 23rd. Somebody sent me a birthday analysis. I still don't know what I was looking at. I don't know what I looked at. They was like, you want a whole profile? I said, okay. And they sent me a bunch of numbers. I was like, that shit crazy. Ain't no odd numbers though. That's what I noticed. What does this mean? I don't know what this means. Hey Curtis, can you let people know we ain't making excuses for it? Oh boy, here you go. Curtis, you singing my life with your words. I said immediately. Los, I appreciate you being here. January Aquarius are the best. Look, the 80s babies too. The 80s babies is nothing to play with. I'm telling y'all. I am telling y'all right now. Whenever you see somebody that's talking in a certain way, like I'm talking, or the people that you see, like Kendrick's an 80 baby. It's an 87 baby. I'm an 85. Somebody said that was before they start putting lead in. Never mind. We on YouTube. Never mind. What is it about the music business you didn't like? I feel like there's a series of bank loans. So I never officially signed a deal, but Tiffany, this is what I figured out. I kept getting in rooms where I felt like I was the smartest person, but I wasn't allowed to be that. My first time that I got a placement was with Glasses Malone and Mac 10, and it was going to change my life, right? Actually, I'll take that back. It was with My first placement was with Absol and Kendrick Lamar. I didn't get paid for it, but it was an awesome opportunity for me to get my name out there. What I didn't like though, when I first got my placement, I actually got my first check from music. I had to wait on a middleman that waited on another middleman before I got paid. You know how that feels, Tiffany. You know how that feels. See, but we can identify that with your personality. What I love about what you do is that you don't allow your environment to change who you are. I've seen you. I've never seen you code switch or try to readjust to a room. I've seen that room have to readjust to you. It's the same thing I heard about Tech Nine. They said Tech Nine never went mainstream. Mainstream went Tech Nine. That's how I felt like with me. Except instead of like being instead of being a loudmouth in these rooms like a lot of artists are, instead of me like speaking up for myself, I was just quiet, Tiffany. I would just look around like, I know this ain't right. I know this ain't right. Every single time I got into another room, facts, it's easier to be myself. I love that. And I think there's a lot of people who live vicariously through you because you got the heart to do that no matter where you at. So for me, being in the music industry, I kept me whenever I met somebody that was not only intelligent but also was well aware of the dynamics of the industry and how sometimes being too smart in the wrong room could get you kicked out the room, even though you're reliable, even though they know that you're going to do the best work you can do. That's when I realized like I'm trying to fit a square peg into a circle. Like I'm trying to fit a circle. This is not for me. Then the moment that I realized, like, I grew up in a church. And even though I wasn't heavily religious, so many things did not line up with what I felt like I should be doing as a man. And so many times it felt like I was answering to somebody else. I felt like I was always having to wait for somebody else to tell me when I can get paid, to tell me when I could release music. And so I set off on an independent journey because I valued my autonomy. And after getting my placements, after talking to fans that knew the records that I produced for Absol and were like, they were fanning out. And I'm like, dog, in my head, I'm like, you probably got more money in your pocket than I do. And you're fanning out. You probably got more money in your pocket than I do. I knew something had to change. And it really wasn't until I was in a relationship where the car went down. Financially, I was in ruins. I came back home from my first independent tour. I was in debt. And I was like, dog, what am I going to do? And I started selling beats. And that changed my life. That literally changed my life. So when I started seeing just an ounce of independence, Tiffany, I said, oh yeah, it's up. It's up. It's up. And for the next 20 odd years, about the next 15 odd years, I've been a do-it-yourselfer. I've been a do-it-yourselfer. And I've been teaching other people how to do it themselves. Speak truth to shame the devil. Yep. I try to always call it out, but sometimes I send a text instead of speaking. I'll be like, what's your phone number? And send what I need to say right then. Tiffany, you ever send an email and then it take all the steam out of what you really wanted to say? I do that. I don't know if that's the same thing. Let me have a beat. You want rap? Oh, you do rap, huh? Tiffany, you want beat? I got you. Say less. What you want? What kind of style? What kind of style beat you want? What kind of style beat you want? She cold for real. What kind of style beat you want? That's crazy. And I almost didn't go live tonight. God was like, go on and get in there. Get in there and go live. I want something happy. Say less. Say less. Say less. No, for sure. Like, I don't know, like, what's the best way to connect. If it's on Instagram or whatever the case may be, it will be an honor. But yeah, that's nothing. I first and foremost appreciate your presence here. I know a lot of people do. Because a lot of people, and didn't I just say that earlier? Didn't I just say this earlier? I said Boy, I got a lot of people praying for me. That's wild. That's wild. But yeah, it will be an honor to connect with you. And I definitely got production with your name on it. Say less. Tip, you gotta hear this remix of the GNX album I'm doing. Somebody brag on me real quick. Somebody please brag on me right quick because she not gonna believe me because it's me. I'm biased. Somebody please tell her about these remixes I've been doing at GNX. Somebody please tell her about these remixes I'm doing at GNX. What is your IG? It is at Curtis King with 2 S's. Let me see if I can put this in here. Huh. Does it not let me chat in my own chat? Here, I'll get into my own chat and figure it out from here. Hey, Curtis, play that. Nah, I can't play nothing right now. Baby boy sleep. If I was on the other setup, I would, but let me jump in here real quick and I will. There it goes. Thank you, Emo Kid. Remix my song Woman Up. Okay. So I use AI to get the acapella, but I'm gonna follow you on here. Hold on, I'm gonna follow you right now. What time is it? This man, Friday, is he crashing out again? Friday's crashing out again. Friday is crashing out again. Excuse me. There we go. Okay, I just followed you now, Tiffany. Yeah, Friday crashing out on a Wednesday. Imagine that. I love that keeping the baby sleep, respect the family. Yeah. I'm not. You ain't never gonna see me. Appreciate you, HEC. You ain't never gonna see me in here wilding out. Like I am blessed. I'm blessed to have a wife that understands and supports what I do. My son, he don't fully grasp it. You know what I mean? Like, he don't fully grasp it yet, but all he know is daddy do music, and that's it. So you got to play that GNX remix. I can't do it. I can't do it in here. I can't. It's too loud. It's too loud. But you know what? No, God got this. I ain't got to worry about it. God got this. If Tiffany and I are meant to work together, it's going to happen. You looking sleepy. I am. I'm about to actually log off here. It's past 1 a.m. in Toronto. What the hell is Friday doing up on a Thursday night? Y'all ain't gonna let. Why did y'all all turn into Kendrick? When did y'all all turn into Kendrick? Why y'all all dropping Easter eggs in here? Why are y'all all dropping Easter eggs? I'm in your DMs. Pfft, say less. Okay. That's crazy. I already heard it in your voice. She ready. Yup. What is life right now? What is that? Absolutely. Look. Blessings to you all. I appreciate you. Yeah, let's absolutely. I'll be back here for more content tomorrow. Me and Ogosh gonna be cooking up. And then what else? I think that's it. More content dropping. Do y'all really want this Drake story? Are we over it? But is Curtis ready? Curtis ready? Curtis ready? I've been doing this for too long. Look at God, yup. Who's Drake? Say less. All right, y'all have an amazing night. Thank you so much for kicking it with me. We'll get back to the normally scheduled program. Talk to you soon. Peace out.